Alright, after you have hand drawn each slide and part of your animation, we're going to talk about what to do to get that onto your Chromebooks, to get it into a Google Slideshow and turn it into a stop motion animation. So what you're going to need to do whenever you are done with those is photograph each slide, and then the next step that we're going to go over is how to create the slideshow. After we go over that, we're going to talk about how to publish the slideshow and get it posted into this discussion board so that everyone can see your animation. So one of the first things you want to do is you can either go to slides.google.com and we can set up a slideshow with a 4:3 page setup, or you can use the linked template. If you go to Google Slides, you are going to see a screen that looks like this. You'll click on blank. It should open a new presentation. Remember, you are going to add slides on the side. I suggest keeping them white or blank just to start out with, and you can change the layout by going to the Layout tab and clicking blank. But how do you get that 4:3 ratio that is the same as our drawings? Well, you can go to File, and you are going to scroll down to the bottom, and where it says Page Setup, you're going to click on that and select Standard 4:3. Whenever you do that, you're going to click Apply. That will change the size of your slide, and you can start dragging in your photos. If you click on the template, this is already set up with 20 slides loaded, but if you need more, either on your template, you can go to the slide, click right click, and click New Slide. You can also hit Return, and it will add slides as well. So as you've got your slideshow set up, it's important to have a place for your photos. So what I suggest doing is creating a stop motion photos folder on your Google Drive. You can see here that I have taken each of my note cards and placed them in order by numbering them. Now some of these I may need to crop as I place them into the slideshow. So that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to be able to go into your presentation, click on your slide, go up to Insert, Image, Upload from Computer if it's on your desktop, or you can insert image and upload from Drive and find it from there. It should give you a recent. You should be able to find it also from where you were at, bring it in, slide it over, and resize it so that it fills paper. Now if you use the template on your note card, everything should fit within that border. So you go down through and add them. So I've gone through and I've already done this. I'm actually going to close these tabs out. And I have added all my slides. Notice that they are filling the space. If you've got extra items on there, you may want to crop it down by double clicking, and then you can resize to make sure that it fills the slide. Again, lining up with one side, say the edge of your photograph is the right edge of your card, you want to line that up with the right side of the slide so there's consistency in your animation. So once we are done, we want to publish this so that each of these go together smoothly rather than flipbook form. Make sure you have all your details in there, and you're going to go to File. You're going to scroll down to Publish to the Web. You're going to have two options. You can do a link or embedded. I want to show you the more advanced option for this so we can actually see your animation in the discussion board. So click on Embedded. This is going to give you an HTML code here. What we want to do is click on these two boxes to start the slideshow as soon as the player loads. This will allow it to pop up in the discussion board and play instantly. We also want to restart the slideshow after the last slide so it's on a continuous loop. We want to go on the smaller side just to fit within the discussion board guidelines. And we also want to go to every second. Now whenever you click every second, notice this 1000 number right here. Every time you change that, that changes it. So every 2 seconds becomes 2000, every 10 seconds becomes a much larger 10,000. If we look at the animation at 1000, it's going to be much slower. So what I typically suggest doing is changing that to 100. So to do that, we need to click on it, and we're going to Control Copy. We're going to come over to the discussion board, and we are going to click Reply to create a new post. Now we are going to click on these blue arrows at the bottom. This will take us into HTML editor, and you are going to paste your text in there. Now remember what I said about the 1000. You want to find that in our area, and what we want to do is take off one of the zeros and turn it into 100. Whenever we go back, we can see our animation moving. Now, if this is too fast, what you can do is change the number by going back into the HTML editor, and we can make this, let's say 300, and it should be a little bit slower. Now it's a little choppy, so you can play around with this until you find a number that suits you. Once you find a number, all you need to do is click Post Reply, and then it will show up in the discussion board as a Google slideshow that plays on its own. Once you get that done, move on to the reflection sheet.